As you saw in that story, national writer for SelloutCrowd.com and former writer of over 40 years in Oklahoma newspapers, Barry Tramel covered the Selman brothers, and we welcome Barry to Gameday here in Provo.
Hey guys.
Welcome, good to have you here.
Hey, I'm fired up to be here. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
You have literally covered tens of thousands of student athletes over the years. Some stick out, some don't. The Selman brothers did. What set them apart from so many of the others?
Well, first of all, their story. I mean, you guys told it magnificently. Just an unbelievable story that you could have three brothers that close in age and that good in football and to perform like they did. But then just the people they are. What you depicted with the video is exactly how they are in person. There's no pretense, there's no ego, there's no nothing except just gratitude for the blessings of their life. So, you know, sadly, we lost Leroy 10 or 12 years ago, but Dewey and Lucius and succeeding generations. I mean, Dewey's son's the athletic director at Mississippi State. One of his other daughters works for the State Department out of the country. They're doing, all of them are doing great things in life, and they just their story and their persona just permeate throughout the state of Oklahoma.
I was going to say their upbringing, and Miss Selman, I love what she said, be honest and don't forget God, right? And that, yeah. I think you're right. I think that permeated all throughout the children.
I loved how she said, don't tell me what you're going to do. Tell me what you did.
Yeah.
Like, the proof is in what you did. Tell me. What a great family of faith, right?
So Barry, the Big 12 now headed down the home stretch here in the conference. Curious to get your take. What is the biggest surprise you've seen so far this year?
I am surprised at the continuation of the parity. You know, before you guys got here this year, parity had taken over. The previous 3 years, we've had 6 schools either finish first in the conference or win the title game. So that's the maximum number. And this year, it's the same thing. I mean, people thought Texas might run away with it, but Texas has one loss, but we've got, is it a four-way tie for second at 5-2? The tiebreakers are crazy and innumerable. The struggles of the 4 newcomers is not really a surprise. I thought that takes an adjustment. Hardly any time does a school move up to a power conference and immediately sort of excel. So I thought BYU and Cincinnati and the Crowd would have to go through an adjustment. So that's not really a surprise, but just on this last year of Oklahoma and Texas, the parity has remained.
So when it comes to the newcomers, you know, BYU, Houston, like you just said, you know, a lot of people don't expect them to come out and be good and make an impact, but they're learning a lot about themselves, right? And maybe they're able to measure, you know, where we're at in the program. Where do you think that these teams learned the most so far this year?
Well, I think it's potentially that they already knew this, but what they really realize after going through with it is depth is always a concern. When you're in a conference like the Big 12 or the Big 10 or the Pac-12 or the SEC, doesn't matter. Depth is more important than ever. If you have 40 good players, you really need 50. In some other conferences, you know, 25 or 30 really good players might be enough. And the other thing is pure size. Tom Holmoe, I was talking with him this week, and he mentioned this, and it's the same thing Steve Sarkisian has talked about at Texas is we need bigger players. Our players, we got good players. We got the players we need. They just need to be bigger. And I think BYU's the same way. I think you guys need your strength and conditioning staff, I think, knows it. I talked to Colby Clausen this week, and Colby reiterated this. BYU just needs to get bigger, stronger, and faster. You know, it's like all of us. We sort of do what we have to do to excel, and when you step up in competition, it just takes a little bit to get back to that, get up to that level that you need to be at.
This is a historic day in Provo, and for BYU to have Oklahoma in town. It's never happened before. Really cool. If they're to pull an upset today, and we realize it would be a big upset, what would BYU have to do to beat Oklahoma?
Win the turnover battle would be number one. That's how the Jayhawks and the Cowboys beat Oklahoma. I also, I think, can't give up the big play. When OU gets the big play in the passing game, they're hard to beat. They've not been really a grinded out team. If you make them go 4 or 5 first downs in a series, there hasn't been a lot of that. Their running game's gotten better the last week or two, but it has not been stellar all season. So if you protect against the home run, and win the turnover battle 3-1, 4-1, something like that, I think BYU will be in the game. And that's what Oklahoma State and Kansas did. They stayed in the game all the time, get down to the last minute, they won it. And that's what Sooners did to Texas. They just stayed in the game, got the ball at the end, had the ball last, scored a touchdown and won. So I think it's doable. You know, the road is not an easy place to play. LaVell Edwards Stadium, not an easy place to play. And I think the Sooners are susceptible on the road. They went to Cincinnati, they won 20-6. Cincinnati's not a good team. We know that. They're making the adjustment as well. I don't think they're as good of a team as Brigham Young, but Cincinnati stayed in that game. I think Brigham Young can do some things to stay in the game, then you see what happens.
Barry, you've been to Provo before, but you've never been to game day before. What do you think of all this?
Well, it's fantastic. We stayed in Lehigh. I almost pulled off of I-15 just because we left at 7 a.m. and the sun coming through the mountains. Yeah. You know, we're proud of our skies in Oklahoma. When you don't have mountains, you got to take ownership of something. So we're proud of our sunrises and sunsets. But driving, I thought, you know what? You can have a pretty cool sunrise even with the mountains. So it was beautiful coming in. The setting is glorious. You know, I've been fortunate to go to Morgantown and Seattle and Knoxville and some of the great settings in terms of the geography surrounding the stadium. But certainly here in Provo goes right at the top of that list.
Well, you're among the best at your craft. Thank you for being here. We hope you have a great day here in Provo for the first time on game day. Barry Tramel.
Well, thanks, guys. Hey, listen, last year when I was here, yesterday and today when I've been treated royally by the BYU people, so I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, keep coming back. They'll keep doing it.
I'll do it. Cowboys will be here in a year or two.
That's right. That's right. Barry Tramel, you can read his work for free at selloutcrowd.com.